Hello you guys, and welcome back to The Real Night Author. I am Faith. I am the author of As Gray as Black and White, which is about a blue-eyed, blonde-haired boy who discovers he is black during segregation. This book I wrote in 2019, but it is still relevant. As you know, books are, no matter when they were written. And this particular book has done really well lately, and so what I decided to do, as you saw from the caption, is I am creating an audiobook for this book. So I'm going to talk to you about the process of creating an audiobook, because it's not as easy as you think, and as an independent author, indie author, I have to do it all myself. So I am in a group on Clubhouse, and I don't know if you're familiar with Clubhouse, but it's an app that you can get off of your app store. And in Clubhouse, there is a group called Author Conference, and I go in there and listen to them in the morning. They meet at 8 o'clock every weekday, and they'll give you a lot of tips on writing. And one of the things that I heard them all talking about was creating audiobooks for their books. Now, most of these women are independent. They're indies like me. Some of them are trad, meaning traditionally published. Some of them are hybrid, meaning they're doing both. But they were talking about creating audiobook, and I have had several people ask me for an audiobook of this book, and so I decided to have one created. The process is not easy, and it's expensive. I know some of those women have paid up to $3,000 to get their audiobook created, and I am not trying to go there. So what I have done is I've kind of done some investigating and looking around to see if I can get this done a lot cheaper. So one of the platforms that they said they used was called ACX, and I believe that's the Audible platform. And what you can do when you go on that site is you can solicit narrators to narrate your book. So I'm in the process of doing that right now. I have found a couple of people that I like, because they'll put little samples up there for you to listen to their audio examples. And if you like them, you can solicit them, ask them if they'd be interested in auditioning for you. And then you have to create a script for them. So the best thing to do if you're going to create an audiobook is to make sure that that script indicates the different voices in your book. So you can take an excerpt from different chapters and put it in that script. The script shouldn't be more than 2 to 3 pages long, but you can put excerpts from the different parts of your book that you feel like they need to be able to narrate well. Like, for instance, let's say you have a man and a woman in this one, maybe you have 2 men in this one, maybe you have 2 women in this one, and you want to see how they're going to read those voices. Maybe you have a really emotional scene, and maybe you have a really sad scene. You want to know how they're going to read those. So it's best to put a mix, I guess, of different pieces of your book in your audition script, and that's what I did. Again, the audition script shouldn't be more than 2 to 3 pages long. So that's what I did, and you can kind of give them a preview of what's supposed to be happening in the scene so that they can kind of get a feel for it before they read it. So right now, I put my book up, and I'm trying to see who might audition for it. I had one guy who sounded really good, but he didn't really pronounce things the way I wanted him to pronounce them. His his inflections weren't where I wanted them to be. He was really good, but I still wanted to keep looking. So as long as once you find somebody that you like, and they do that audition and you like it, if you get to the point where it says 15-minute, they do a 15-minute for you. If you approve that 15-minute, you're stuck. If you approve that 15-minute, that means he's going to be the person or she's going to be the person doing it, and that's it. They're going to do it. They're going to give it to you later. If you don't approve the 15-minute because you're still not sure, you can cancel the whole project and start over. So make sure that you don't approve it if you're not really sure that's the person for you. So once they do it, it's going to take a couple months. Usually, unless they're not real busy, it's going to take a couple months for them to create the audio. And then once they finish it, they're going to send you the final files. And then you can put those files up on Audible, or you can put them up on other platforms. But you have to choose non-exclusive when you're filling out the form in the beginning, because if you put exclusive, then ACX Audible is the only one that's going to be able to use that audio file. If you put non-exclusive, that means that you're going to be able to move that file to another platform if you want to, and Audible will still have options to that file, but they won't be exclusive. That way you can move your file around if you need to. And that's what I did, because I did not want to be exclusive to Audible. So there's a lot of other things to it, but I wanted to share that with you specifically because I'm in the process of doing it right now. I have not gotten my narrator yet because I started off with one and decided he wasn't the one. And it's funny because now that I've been listening to these other people, I'm not even sure they're going to be any better than he was. So I may end up having to go back to him, and he said it was okay. He said, hey, if you don't find what you're looking for, come back. So that's probably what I'm going to do. But you can pay, and let me just say, there's 3 different levels of paying for an audiobook. You can either pay through all royalties. So if you're a big time author and you sell lots of books, the narrator is probably going to want to do a royalty share because they know you're going to make some money. If you're not a big time author, they're probably going to have you pay up front, which is what I'm going to do. I'm paying per hour, and my book is about a 7-hour read. So I'm paying per hour, and they can charge you anything from $50 to $400 an hour for your book. So I'm trying to get down as far as I can so I don't have to pay a lot of money. Because again, as an indie author, I have to foot that bill. I don't have a publisher behind me to foot that bill. I have to foot that bill. So I need to make sure that I'm getting exactly what I want before I put my money out there. So yeah, and then you can do a hybrid thing too. I think you can pay them partly and then give them part share of the royalties or whatever. But I don't really know how well it's gonna sell. I mean, my book is just beginning to sell. I had it up there on Amazon for a while, but I really wasn't marketing it. Now that I'm marketing it, it's beginning to sell, but I don't know how well the audiobook's gonna go, and so I don't think that somebody's gonna take a chance on me for royalties. So I'm probably just gonna pay them up front, and then that'll be that. And I won't have to give them a share of the royalties if they happen to be big later. So yeah, so I wanted you to know that ACX/Audible is not the only platform. You can go to, there's a lot of other platforms, and I'll link some of them down the bottom if you are a writer and you're interested in creating an audiobook. I'll link some of the platforms that the women told me about in my Clubhouse group so that if you're interested in checking those out, you can. Some of those platforms have their own narrators as well. Some people even go to places like Upwork and Fiverr to get their narrator, and then they just put the file wherever they want to put it. And I think when you do it that way, you do still have to indicate to them whether it's exclusive or not exclusive or whatever. But I haven't done that. I haven't gone that route, so I don't know. But I will put the links down there if you guys are interested. So that's all I want to share with you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and like and share this with your friends and family. I am trying to get my numbers up because this is a new channel. Granted, I have been on YouTube for about 7 years because I have 2 other channels, Gray Your Way and Still Looking Good 58, which are wig review channels that I've had for a while. So I'm not new to YouTube, but this particular channel is my new channel for my books because I'm retired now and I'm writing full time. And so I wanted to be able to share things like this with you if you are interested in becoming a writer. If you are not interested in becoming a writer, I'm going to be doing book reviews as well on this channel. I'm going to be doing reveals of my new books. I'm going to be telling you new things that are in the works in terms of the books that I'm writing. I'll be having some giveaways and things of that nature. So please subscribe. Please tell your friends and family to subscribe so I can get my numbers up and continue to share these things with you guys, whether you want to be a writer or whether you're just a reader who's interested in what's new. Because I am going to be reviewing new books as well. I am in a group, another Clubhouse group, that meets on Tuesdays and Fridays, and we talk about the new books that are coming up. And so I will be reading those and sharing my reviews with you from a writer's perspective. So again, thank you so much for watching. You guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.